not want to be chased back indoors because of the buzz and bite of mosquitoes and other insects that really make being outdoors not fun. So that's when you get DynaTrap. This is actually the first day we've ever presented this brand new DynaTrap with some features that you're only going to find on QVC. And what all you have to decide is the color of the DynaTrap. They all work the same, but most importantly, the size of the DynaTrap. Do you want to cover a ½ acre or an acre? And we'll tell you how to do that. But ½ acre, 5 easy payments of $14. I mean, what is being able to enjoy the outdoors worth to you? 5 easy payments of $14, that is it. And then we've got the full acre. You can see it's a little bit bigger. That's 5 easy payments of just $20. Here are your colors. This is the forest green. And then we have the granite, which is exclusive to QVC. You won't find a DynaTrap in this color. We also have it available in the slate blue. Did I get that back? No, that's the slate blue. The slate blue, also exclusive to QVC. You won't find it in that color anywhere else. Sean Pickford's back with us. So this is the first day presented for this particular DynaTrap.
Right.
You've done some really cool things to this.
We've given you new colors. All right, a lot of people said we want something to blend in. That's why we've done the hunter green. We want something more decorative. That's why you have the granite and the blue that you see here. But we've also included our little titanium plate that produces carbon dioxide. So this truly does mimic us as human beings, because let's face it, there's bugs and mosquitoes especially are attracted to us for 3 reasons. The light, the warmth, and the carbon dioxide we breathe every time we take a breath. That's what makes this different than any other DynaTrap out there, because some of them don't have it. All right, the original ones didn't have that. This is the difference that makes these so effective in attracting and in capturing 13 different bugs, and we'll show you what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's put this up because they're the bugs that bug you the most when you're outside.
Yes, and I know your story because with the mosquitoes and everything in your family, same in mine, but biting midges and no-see-ums, Japanese beetles, the gnats, the blowflies, the drain flies, and the muscids, yeah, they're all nasty, but the #1 pest worldwide is the mosquito. And that's why we developed this, so we could attract and capture mosquitoes. Because one female mosquito can lay 200 eggs in her 30-day life cycle.
I mean, they're annoying. They can spread disease. I mean, and the thing that I really want you to know is you take a look at this. It's got the well, let's go through this so everyone can understand
what's happening. See that UV light attracts the insects day and night. There you can see it. It's almost like a purplish bluish glow. Special color temperature that they can't resist checking it out. So that light, that warmth, and again, the carbon dioxide is key. When they get close enough, they have horrible eyesight. The fan in here sucks them down into the bottom and they expire. That's what you want. You don't want them getting out so they can come bite you, or especially the female mosquito laying her eggs. We give you that easy, no-touch disposal button there because, let's face it, you want to eject them into the trash can, cover it up, and be done with them. That's how easy this is to operate. All you have to do is plug it in. There's the easy eject button right there on the front. And this is what it looks like when you get the bugs in the bin. This is when you know it's working. These are bugs that we caught 2 years ago here in Westchester in a 2-week period.
So here's one thing I do want you to know. You know, we talked a lot about pollinators in this show. The pollinators, the monarch butterflies, they're not interested in this.
No, they are not.
They want nectar.
Right.
They are not interested in your carbon dioxide, your carbon dioxide that you're breathing, your heat. They don't want to bite you and draw out your blood, make you itch. So pollinators pay this no mind. But all of those bugs that go after you, they love this, and then they stay away from you. What color is the most popular right now, did you say? The granite is the most popular right now. Let's talk about who should decide, so it's just some quick things to know.
Sure.
How do I know if I should get the 1 acre or the ½ acre?
Bigger property, get the 1 acre. Smaller property, or you want one in the front yard, one in the backyard, get the ½ acre. Most people start out with the ½ acre if they've never bought one to see if it's truly going to work, and then they come back for the full acre.
Now keep in mind, even if you have a ½ acre lot, if you put it in your front yard, a lot of times those mosquitoes, they'll live your whole life in the front yard. They don't fly really that far, actually.
Right.
So you might still have them in the back. That's why some people want to put a ½ acre in the front and a ½ acre in the back. Now, do I leave this plugged in, or do I just plug it in when I'm outside?
I leave them plugged in 24/7. That's the way they're designed. They're really tough. All right, same thing crash helmets are made of. The rain, the lightning, and all that stuff's not going to affect these, and they cost less than 2 cents a day to operate.
And it's important, please don't use these. I'm going outside, I'm going to plug my DynaTrap in. That completely defeats the purpose.
No.
The idea is not
Leave it
to
on.
keep them away from you just when you're sitting outside. The idea is to disrupt the life cycle so they don't exist in your yard. That can only happen if you leave this on.
And that's what it's all about. I mean, let's face it, the trade winds die down at night. That's why the bugs come out at night. It's easier for them to fly. They're attracted to the light, so they see that better at night. But we still attract and capture during the day.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. And that's what it's about too, because look, we don't have it right next to where we're sitting down and enjoying things, because you are drawing the bugs to the DynaTrap. This isn't pushing them away so they come back tomorrow. You're bringing them there so they're not around in the future. That's what it's all about.
And we don't want to put this right beside where you enjoy eating, because this is not a repellent.
Right.
This attracts them, so you don't want to attract them to where you're sitting, obviously.
No, you don't. But this allows you to be outside at night.
Yeah.
I mean,
so how far ideally? Like if I have like a little outdoor seating area, where would I put this?
20 to 30 feet, but if you have a small deck or patio and it can only be 10 feet away,
just put it in the corner.
Just put it in the corner, just not right in the center of your picnic table. That's all.
That's right, because it's going to attract them, and you're trying to actually, keep away from them. Now, one of the things, you can see how easy it is empty. You hang them on trees. I think that's an awesome idea. You taught me something years ago, that the mosquitoes born in your yard don't make it all over the neighborhood. They actually live their whole life in a relatively small space. So if you can disrupt their life cycle, your neighbors might still have mosquitoes. Maybe they won't if you get the full acre, depending on how big your yard is. Your neighbors might still have mosquitoes, but you won't, unless there's a strong wind that blows one into your yard. Once you disrupt the life cycle in your yard, you're good.
We've had DynaTraps for years. We put in a pool. I tell this story all the time. My kids would not go in our swimming pool because we had horseflies and biting midges and all that stuff. We got a DynaTrap. My kids are like, "What did you do to the pool, Dad? There's no bugs." I'm like, "See that little light behind the pool? That's our DynaTrap." That made a huge difference for us to be able to enjoy our yard.
And you backed up to a horse farm, so you had a lot of those biting flies.
There was a pond on the horse farm.
And then, oh wait,
so
what happened then when you had neighbors move in at one point?
We had neighbors move in.
We know all of each other's stories now.
They're like, "This is going to be a really weird question, but we're in the country. Why don't we have any bugs? This is crazy. There's no bugs here." I said, "See that little light in the back of my yard? That's my DynaTrap. It's a full acre. You're getting the attraction and capture from my DynaTrap, so you can be out on your porch and patio and not have bugs."
It's so awesome, right? I remember being like in the 1980s and 70s as a kid, trying to sit outside. Gnats would be all over the place, like a cloud of gnats.
Sprays
oh
and
my gosh, I
chemicals.
remember being down in the garden with a can of kerosene, putting Japanese beetles in. I hated that job, Mom, if you're watching. Just the bugs. I remember a childhood filled with bugs.
Yep.
Like, to be able to go outside and not have gnats around your face, not worry about Japanese beetles eating your produce, maybe that's not a big concern for you, but I bet the mosquitoes are. Do you have a swing set that your kids or grandkids don't want to go on because they get bitten? Let's put up that graphic again that explains what,
And we did a study at the University of Nebraska saying how effective are these. So you can see it on the side of your screen there. So the 1 acre in basically, 6-day period there, we caught 2,942 flying insects. Same study at University of Nebraska in a 7-day period in a ½ acre, 2,543 flying insects. Yes, we counted every single one of them. We wanted to know what was in there. I know a lot of people ask me all the time, "Well, I'm not sure the mosquitoes are in there. I can't really see them." Mosquitoes are so small you don't see them when they're biting you. All right, so after
Do you remember, we had a caller, one of my favorite callers at DynaTrap. She was living near like swampy land in the deep south and said she had no more bugs bothering her, and she had actually hired companies to come in and try and take care of the situation.
Right.
Do you remember that caller? And she said she still would never go outside until she got a DynaTrap.
Yeah, DynaTraps really allow you to take your yard back. Look, you got 30 days to try it out here. Take them home, plug them in, and if you're not doing this, and you're looking in the bin and you're seeing this, your DynaTrap is working. That's why we've been so successful here at QVC.
Here are the bugs that it works on.
Yeah, you're biting midges and no-see-ums, the Japanese beetles, the gnats, the blowflies, the drainflies, the mosquito, and the #1 pest worldwide, mosquitoes. We did specific tests on this. It's not us guessing, not us hoping this does it. We know these attract and capture all these flying pests, and you'll love it when you can take your yard back.
Just plug it in, leave it in all the
It's easy.
time. Disrupt that life cycle, and over the summer, instead of seeing more and more and more mosquitoes, you will see less and less and less until you're like, I don't have a mosquito problem at all.
Yeah, I don't have a mosquito problem. I love it.
Thanks so much, Sean.
Great
It's so good to see you. All right, so that's our DynaTrap. It's our hot pick, exclusive to QVC with some of these features. You're going to get these home for 5 easy payments of $14 for the ½ acre, 5 easy payments of $20 for the full. One of my favorite pollinator plants.